Would you ever play Donald Trump?
Never. There's nothing about him. There's not one redeeming thing in him that I can see.
Corruption surrounded by corrupt judges and corrupt politicians. Other than that, there's no pressure.
What do you get when you mix a legendary actor with a grumpy ex-president? A hilarious verbal smackdown that's breaking the internet. Robert De Niro just roasted Trump so hard we had to check if the White House caught fire. But here's the kicker, Trump's comebacks are weaker than his spray tan. While De Niro's dropping truth bombs, Trump's busy tweeting about, well, himself. Stick around to see how this David versus Goliath showdown unfolds. Spoiler alert, it ain't pretty for the orange man. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Alright folks, it's time to talk about our favorite Hollywood tough guy taking on the biggest bully in the political playground.
Brand of BS.
I think of how absurd it is. And this might be the one case where that could be it for him.
Hillary Clinton, oh, she's crooked, folks. She's crooked as a $3 bill.
You should lock her up, I'll tell you.
Lock her up is right.
For what she's done, they should lock her up.
That's right, we're diving into the epic showdown between Robert De Niro and the man with the world's most fragile ego, Donald Trump. Now, we all know Bobby D isn't exactly known for keeping his opinions to himself, but lately, he's been cranking up the heat on old Trumpy to levels that would make even Joe Pesci blush.
We've heard you talk about the former president. You have called him a fraud, a con artist. You've said
A lot
he's...
worse names than that.
So Obama's talking about all of this with the global warming and that, and a lot of it's a hoax. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay? It's a hoax.
It's like De Niro's been method acting as a human flamethrower, and Trump's toupee is the target. So what's got our favorite Goodfella all riled up this time? Well, it seems like De Niro's been on a mission to turn Trump's name into a swear word. And boy, has he been putting in the overtime? Picture this. It's the 2018 Tony Awards, the classiest joint in town. Everyone's dressed to the nines, sipping champagne, ready for a night of theater magic. Then bam, De Niro steps up to the mic and drops an F-bomb that would make a sailor blush. But he wasn't cursing about forgetting his lines or stubbing his toe. Nope, he was laying into Trump like the guy had personally insulted his mama's spaghetti recipe. The audience went wild. It was like watching a bunch of penguins suddenly decide to start a mosh pit. Tuxedos were rumpled, pearls were clutched, and you could practically hear the collective gasp all the way in Washington.
Create havoc. These are bad people. I know everything they're doing. I know every move they make. I get it. It's tougher. I think it's probably, in many ways, it's tougher on my family than it is in me.
He actually became president. He could have done good things. Instead, he had to do it all wrong.
But our boy Bobby wasn't done there. Oh no, he was just warming up. In a recent interview, De Niro really let loose. He called Trump blatantly stupid and, get this, a pig. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's a bit unfair to pigs. At least pigs contribute to society by giving us bacon. And here's the kicker, De Niro's not just running his mouth from the comfort of his mansion. Nope, this guy's out there on the streets, showing up outside Trump's trial like he's auditioning for a remake of 12 Angry Men. It's like he's gone full method actor and decided his new role is pissed off citizen number 1. Now, you might be thinking, surely this can't be good for De Niro's career, right? Wrong. His fans are eating it up like it's a bottomless plate of gabagool. They're treating him like he's some kind of caped crusader, swooping in to save democracy, armed with nothing but a potty mouth and a Lifetime Achievement Award.
You want to know the truth? It'll be like Detroit. Our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president.
It's a state case. He's sick. He is really, genuinely a sick person that somehow has been allowed into our system.
Of course, Trump's fans aren't exactly thrilled. They're boycotting De Niro's movies faster than you can say, "You talking to me?" But let's be real, were they really the target audience for The Irishman anyway? Alright folks, it's time to witness the spectacle of Trump's so-called comebacks. You'd think a guy who brags about having the best words would be able to dish out some zingers, right? Well, hold on to your MAGA hats, because Trump's retorts are about as sharp as a rubber duck in a knife fight. Now, we all know Trump's got a history of Twitter tirades against celebrities. It's like his favorite hobby, right after golf and eating fast food. But when it comes to De Niro, our orange friend seems to be running on empty in the insult department. It's almost like watching a toddler try to win a battle of wits with a dictionary. Cute, but ultimately pointless. So what brilliant comebacks did the supposed master of insults come up with? Brace yourselves for some truly groundbreaking stuff. Trump called De Niro a wacko and said his movies aren't worth much anymore.
Still just concepts? Do you have a fully developed plan?
Let me explain. Obamacare stinks. It's lousy. If I did it, you would be standing up in that chair shouting at me. And you know what I'd do? I'd say, you got me.
Wow, Donald, did you stay up all night working on that one? It's about as cutting as a plastic spoon. But wait, there's more. In a move that would make any middle schooler proud, Trump dubbed De Niro punchy. Ooh, burn. I bet De Niro's crying into his Oscar right now. And let's not forget the classic Trump move of diagnosing his critics with Trump derangement syndrome. Because obviously, anyone who doesn't worship the ground he walks on must be crazy, right?
Potentially facing some consequences because, as you've said before, this guy's a con artist and he's gotten away with it for years.
I'm not calling him, I'm tired of calling him names.
And it's bull. It's bull.
When does bull?
I think it's all bull.
I got indicted more than him on bull.
Comparing Trump's comebacks to a wet noodle fight is an insult to wet noodles everywhere. At least noodles have some substance. These insults are more like a chocolate teapot in a sauna, useless, messy, and leaving everyone wondering why they exist in the first place. And how are Trump's loyal followers reacting to this verbal smackdown? Well, they're doing what they do best, calling for boycotts and labeling De Niro anti-American, because nothing says patriotism like trying to silence free speech, am I right? But here's the kicker, De Niro thinks Trump's whole persona is faker than a Hollywood set, and let's be real, he might be onto something. Trump's public image is about as authentic as a $3 bill. It's like he's constantly auditioning for the role of tough guy president, but keeps forgetting his lines.
The 14th Amendment, though, says that, quote, all persons born in the United States are citizens. Can you get around the 14th Amendment with an executive action?
We're going to have to get a change.
He's so, as we all know, so narcissistic and self-centered.
So who's the real tough guy in this De Niro versus Trump showdown? Well, it's not the one with the bad spray tan and Twitter tantrums, that's for sure. But here's the kicker, this celeb feud isn't just about two old dudes throwing verbal punches. Nope, it's way bigger than that. Get this, 60% of Americans think celebs can actually sway public opinion on politics. That's right, folks. Donnie Diapers might be in trouble if more Hollywood heavyweights start speaking up.
I don't think they really understand. And historically, from what I see, even in Nazi Germany, they had it with Hitler.
How has your life changed over the last 3 weeks?
It's incredible, and we are very, very busy. The life is...
So next time you see De Niro roasting the orange turd, remember it's not just fun and games, it's democracy in action, with a side of popcorn. And hey, if you like this serving of political comedy, why not hit that subscribe button? After all, laughter is the best medicine, especially when dealing with a president who's about as genuine as a $3 toupee.